Welcome. Today we are diving into the washer method, a powerful technique in calculus used to find the volumes of solids of revolution. Specifically, we will look at how to handle solids that have holes or hollow centers. Before we calculate volumes, we need to understand the shape we are summing up. A washer is simply a disk with a hole in the middle. To find the area of this face, we calculate the area of the large outer circle using pi times big R squared and subtract the area of the small inner hole, pi times small r squared. Factoring out pi gives us our working area formula. So when do you use the disk method versus the washer method? It comes down to the gap. If your region is flush against the axis of rotation, you get a solid disk. But if there is a gap between your region and the axis, that gap creates a hole when rotated. That is when you must use the washer method. Here is the general formula for volume. Volume equals pi times the integral from a to b of the outer radius squared minus the inner radius squared. Notice that pi sits outside the integral. Inside, we must square each radius individually before subtracting. We integrate with respect to x if we are stacking these washers along the x-axis. The most critical step is identifying your radii. The outer radius, big R of x, is the distance from your axis of rotation to the outermost curve. The inner radius, small r of x, is the distance from the axis to the innermost curve, which forms the boundary of the hole. Let's solve a classic problem. We want to find the volume generated by rotating the region between the line y equals x and the parabola y equals x squared about the x-axis. First, we identify our intersection points, which are 0, 0, and 1, 1. This gives us our interval from 0 to 1. Visualizing the rotation helps avoid mistakes. When we spin this region around the x-axis, the line y equals x is further away, forming the outside of our funnel shape. The parabola y equals x squared is closer to the axis, forming the curved inner wall of the funnel. This creates a solid with a hollow center. Now we set up the integral. Our outer radius is determined by the top curve, our inner radius is the bottom curve, x squared. We substitute these into our formula, pi times the integral from 0 to 1 of x squared minus, be careful here, x squared squared. Simplifying gives us x squared minus x to the fourth. Finally, we evaluate the definite integral. The antiderivative of x squared is x cubed over 3. The antiderivative of x to the fourth is x to the fifth over 5. We evaluate this from 0 to 1. Plugging in 1 gives 1/3 minus 1/5. Plugging in 0 gives 0. Finding a common denominator of 15, we get 5/15 minus 3/15, which equals 2/15. Multiplying by pi, our final volume is 2 pi over 15 cubic units. To wrap up, remember these 4 points. 1. If there is a gap between the region and the axis, use washers. 2. Clearly identify your outer and inner radii. 3. Always square the radii separately, never subtract them first. And 4. Pay attention to the variable of integration. If rotating about the y-axis, your functions need to be in terms of y.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.